Hello, everyone. I want to tell you about our new workshop coming up in the end of November, the 28th and 29th. And it's called Influencing and Leading with Style and Creativity. Framing, reframing, and metaphor, words that make a difference for professional development and, of course, transformational change. It's on the 28th and 29th of November. Be a small group, lots of interactive live demos, exercises, activities, personal explorations of language and how words actually impact on your own experience. Of course, it's a new workshop on language and on effective, creative, principled persuasion. And because words are a kind of magic, they create worlds for us. And they don't just neutrally describe our experience, they create it. And they direct our attention and our perception and create our experience. So how we talk to ourselves and how we talk to others and how we describe what's happening really can make a very, very big difference. So how can we talk about what's happening now and all the kind of very complicated and pretty difficult challenges that we're facing right now? How can we talk about that in a way that is both truthful, but also triggers and releases our own sense of capability, our sense that we are going to be able to contribute to creating a future that we all want and that we all need to come out of this? So this program is very much on language as a kind of creative art. It's a whole body, systemic, integrated production of creativity, conscious, unconscious, mind, body, creating our experience. And in NLP, we say we're always communicating, we're always influencing each other. And so how can we bring more awareness and more kind of precision and elegance to our everyday communication practices so that we're definitely having the kind of impact that we want and we're not having the impact that we don't want. And these are tools, of course, and skills that just are ongoing for our development. They're ongoing over a lifetime, I think, to create that kind of creative style, impact, influence that we really want to be having. And one of the really great ways to do that is to really, really become aware of and look very closely, hear very closely the kinds of language that we're using, the words and labels that we're using. So on this workshop with the 5 main headings, one is this idea of proper naming, using the right words at the right time in the right way, building our capacity to kind of try and get it more or less right. Then you're working in this kind of more like a thesaurus or a dictionary. What is the right way of talking about this? So that it's genuine and authentic, but also triggers good resources and senses of well-being in us all. Then I think there's something about the kind of everyday metaphors that we're using. What is this like? What images and symbols are we playing around with at the moment? Are they more catastrophic? Are they more kind of benign? Is it like a garden that needs growing and developing? Is it like a kind of apocalyptic scenario? I mean, what's going on in your metaphors and your symbols? And let's talk about that and explore that and find out what would work for you, what works for you to bring out something more into your situation in a positive way, more choice, more possibility. Then I think there's this whole number 3, this idea of creative framing. NLP have done such a lot on framing and reframing. I'm going to draw on the wonderful sleight of mouth patterns that they were developed by Bandler and then developed by Dilts. looking at how we build belief bridges when we come up against belief barriers. How can we use our words to kind of shift the meanings of things in a way that feels absolutely truthful and that opens out more space for us to develop ourselves and develop our resources and creativity in a situation. So then the fourth thing is about just really understanding more about how language works. And for this, we've got to slow down a bit and really catch, like, what are the images and the feelings that come up through words, so that we're really refining our process and our skills. And I think the last thing, the fifth thing, is about the overall NLP communication model. This idea of outcome orientated, feedback driven model, where we're really working in this very dynamic, interactive kind of way to successively get it more and more right for people, but also to be able to move our language along as things change, as things develop in the outer world and in the inner world, that we're responsive and our language reflects that. We're able to bring out new kinds of words and phrases, the kind of poetry of the situation that we're in, that now fits what we want to bring forward in the world and be part of. So obviously, like all our programs, it's built inside of a kind of emotionally intelligent framework. That's the core: rapport, relationship, being aware, understanding, coming from your own values, being responsive to the values of other people. So working in that kind of principled way with tools of persuasion and influence, but also I'll bring in some of the generative change frameworks as well. And this is for everyone. It's for coaches, it's for trainers, it's for professional communicators, managers, leaders of all kinds. And so there, come and join us on the 28th, 29th of November, influencing and leading with style and creativity, framing, reframing, metaphor, words that make a difference. I hope you can join us.